What is up, bros? Be Josh here, and today's video is all about the current ranked season that's going on. Season 9 of Ranked Battles, the first season of Tier 10 battles. And I'm going to tell you kind of what I think about the season, the pros and cons about it, and I want to get an idea of what you guys think about the current ranked season and maybe what we'll see in the future. But quickly want to touch on a couple things. 7.4.1 is going to hit us, I think, tomorrow from this video, and a pretty tiny patch of some small stuff, so nothing really absolutely major. Just want to go over it really fast. Some ships will be coming back to purchase with doubloons, so if you ever wanted the Atlanta, the Dunkirk, the Izzy, the Mutsu, the Ochotnik, or the Scharnhorst, all really good. All fun in their own ways. You can pick those up. A bunch of new captains will be coming into the game as well, so that's pretty cool. So just a little, I'll put a link down below. You guys can check this out a little bit more, but all different benefits. Looks like some German brothers as well for a couple of captains. Also, Wargaming is doing a giveaway, a Funtage video contest. So if you want to try to win yourself some doubloons in a high-end gaming rig, I'll put the link down below. You guys can make a 90-second video, hashtag Funtage, hashtag World of Warships, record, edit, upload to YouTube, and you can potentially win yourself a beast of a computer. And this thing is insane looking. So custom case, steampunky, pretty interesting. And but the thing has some pretty good specs. So 1080, stuff like that. So pretty cool. So nice little giveaway. I'll put a link down below to this. It tells all you what you have to do and how you can win it. But anyways, let's dive into Ranked Season 9 and my thoughts on it with some actual play with the gearing. Well, here we are in game with the gearing. I've been running gearing all season. Of course, I ran Low Yang up from the tier 8s, and then I ran gearing at the tier 10s. And I'm having some pretty good success. We're keeping a relatively high win rate, I think like 66% or something like that so far. And we just hit rank 1, or not rank 1, we just hit rank 5 after actually this game. So overall, pretty good game. It's been a tough season so far, though, for destroyers, and I think that's mainly because of the tier that we are going. It's the first season that's ever had tier 10 be part of the rank system. Now we've had tier 10s be the winners bracket, the rank 1. If you guys have ever gotten rank 1, you can continue to play games after, get a bunch of rewards for it, a bunch of crates and stuff like that. But this is the first time it's ever been actually part of the to getting to rank 1 process, tier 10s. And it has come to be every season has been the worst season so far. This one everyone is calling the worst season so far. Of course, that's the joke. That's always the joke. The one that everyone's currently in is the worst season, but this one I think everyone is actually not liking at all, and there's kind of the pros and cons, and I'll kind of dive into that. But it's an interesting season so far. I want to kind of get your guys' take on it. And of course, I play a very support role destroyer, so I have saved like 0 stars. I play, of course, radio location gain. I think most destroyers at this tier are really playing radio location. I think it's kind of needed, even though it is a meme of a captain skill. In my opinion, for randoms, it's pretty important for ranked battles and even clan battles. But jumping into the pros of this season, they're fun ships. I enjoy tier 10s. I think tier 10s have some of the most fun ships to play. I love the gearing. I love basically every destroyer. I just started playing the Grozoi the other day for the first time since the split, and I'm actually really enjoying that ship. I don't think there's a tier 10 ship I really don't like to play. I don't particularly like the Shimakaze, but I mean, I've had plenty of fun with it. But I mean, name all the cruisers. There's a couple that I don't like as much as others, but I have fun with them. Battleships, same thing. There's a couple that I don't like as much as others, but I still have a ton of fun with them. This is a very fun tier. These ships are awesome. This is what you all played the game for, to grind, to get these ships. And of course, going to push right into this destroyer. I don't even care. And of course, we're not getting spotted, so it's got to be, what, Shima? What are we going against right now? Yu Yang and a gearing. So it's got to be the Yu Yang. So he got lucky that he pulled away a little bit. So we'll try to snag him with the Torp and see what we can do with that. But tier 10 is a fun tier. I think some of the most fun ships in this game, and that's the reason why you play this game, is to get these ships. These are the big Yamato, Conqueror, Republic, Hindenburg, Zhao, Des Moines, all the DDs, all the everything. It's great. This is a great tier. and it's different. I think that's the second pro of this season. Wargaming doesn't like to do the repetition. Everybody, I think basically everybody enjoys tier 8 as ranked. But Wargaming has done a really good job at changing things up when it comes to ranked season. And I applaud them for that, because if it was the exact same thing every season, and where just like a couple ships here and there change it up, I feel like you would. And there, as you can see, I'm trying to hold. That's the discipline right there. I'm trying to let him take a little bit of damage with Battleship AP. I'm trying not to do to take a ton of damage, and really try to screen for these torps, and not just get Battleship AP'd out of my mind. So that's why I didn't shoot there, if you guys were wondering. But anyways, back to the tier. Wargaming's done a really, really good job at changing it up, so it isn't the same thing. It isn't. A lot of people like tier 6, and that was awesome. We checked it out, and changing it up so it's not the same ships every tier. We get a new season every about 4 months or so. There's about 3 seasons a year because it alternates 4 or 5 months. And if I were to play tier 8s every time, yeah, I'd have fun because I enjoy those ships, but it would get kind of boring after a while. So the Wargame's gone tier 8, tier 6, we had 7s. It's a good thing they're checking it out. We've done basically everything from 5 all the way up to 10s. We've never had 9s. But I applaud them for trying this, right? I actually applaud them for trying it. So, anyways, I'm basically out of pros this season. I'm basically out of pros for what this season has brought. It's brought fun ships, and it's brought different. And that's basically it. Other than that, this, in my opinion, now this is just my opinion, and this is just on the North American server. In my opinion, this season is full of cons, in a pro-con kind of lineup. And what I mean by that, it's a boring meta. It is a boring meta. And what I mean by that is you are playing high tiers, which has the biggest maps in all of the game. So much space. Look at where ships are. We have guys on the A line. Guys way over here on 9 and 10. They're on the 1 line. There's so much of this map that you don't need to ever have. And that's just how high tier maps are. That's how they are. And there's nothing wrong with that, because, ships can launch really far and stuff like that. But that's why these games, and this is why this meta is so boring. It's so slow. Nothing's happening. And we're going to try to murder this Yu Yang now with hopefully a little help from the team. But I'm going to smoke up too. And you actually, as a Garen, you chunk Yu Yang pretty hard because of its lack of armor. And my team on the other side is doing some work too. So we'll keep knocking them down, hopefully dunking those guys. But I'm going to push this Yu Yang after I get a little bit of damage. I know I don't need to watch out for torps. But anyways, boring meta. Super boring meta. One of the worst parts is if you played clan battles, you played this meta for over 2 months of the same maps and the same caps on the same everything. It's the same. You just did these same ships. I didn't want to play Hindenburg. I played Hindenburg all clan battles. I didn't want to play Hindenburg again. But it's like I got to a point where it's like, man, do I need to play Hindenburg again because it's such a good ship and it's so strong? So that part is what kills me. High tier maps, yet they're very fun ships, but boy howdy, are they boring. Is there a boring meta? But that's just the meta you have to play. If you YOLO, you get punished too much. Ships hit way too hard. Ships shoot way too fast. Torps hit way too hard. Things are spotted at nothing. Radar lasts too long. There's it's high tier. It's a dog eat dog world, and it is super punishing. One of the main things, so boring meta, maps are too big, and you just got done playing the ships for like 2+ months. This is the first season we were, actually, it's not the first season, but it's one that is a actual later ranked season. I think we saw it really early in one of the first couple. But rank 10 irrevocable. In the past, it's always been rank 12. And what's the problem with rank 10 being irrevocable is this is the season that we rank 6 to rank 10 is technically the second highest. I wouldn't consider rank 1 being like a bracket. Once you get rank 1, okay, you did it. But I would consider rank 5 to 1 to be one bracket, and then rank 6 to 10 being the second highest bracket. This is the first season we've ever had people in the 30% win rates, because what you can do is once you get to that 10 bracket, that rank 10, you'll never go backwards. And as we can tell, is the Yuang's over at C, so I'm gonna push straight that way and dump some torps on those guys because we have 4v2 over there, so I need to rotate the other side. This is the first time that I remember, really. I know one of the early ones had it, but rank 10 being irrevocable. And the problem with that is you get people that get the mentality of purely going in and not caring because they can't go back any farther, right? In the past, people had the effect of, well, if I lose, I'm going back to rank 12. There wasn't that easy safety net of that bracket. So rank 10 and under has had people that are, I think, over 400 or 500 games already with a 30-something% win rate, and there's nothing that's going to punish them for going back. There's no fallback. They have this very easy safety net that is the rank 10 to 6 bracket, and I don't think it's very fair when it comes to rank battle. So I think that was a terrible change. I have joined actually Team Remove a Star. I think that's been pretty noticeable this season, a lot more than other seasons, of people just playing to save a star. And what do I mean by that is, with how big these maps are and how big, how far range and how much you can farm damage, the ability for people to just drag games out to a long range away and just farm damage late game has gotten kind of out of control. You know, this has been the season where I am completely, and people at this tier especially, have played a game where it's just been purely to just save a star, and that's kind of a bummer if you're actually trying to win. I don't really play to save a star. I play to just win the game, and that's probably lost me a ton of stars, but really, I think, oh, we got Republic. Where the hell did I launch those torps? Anyways, we got that kill. I didn't even see that coming. But I hope they do remove a star. I mean, it's always nice to get that if you worked your ass off to save a star, but I think it promotes really bad play in the long run for ranked battles, because people go with the mentality of just going in right away to just try and just save a star, and I think it would be a good thing to get rid of. So let's keep moving on. It's expensive. This is an expensive tier. Rank 10 is like the most expensive. You know, these are the biggest ships, the biggest repairs. It's an expensive tier. If you don't have premium, you're not really going to be able to afford it. So that's a tough one. And but I mean, what are you going to kind of do? That's what you have to play if you have rank 10, which is another downside, is it locks a lot of people out. You know, if you don't have a tier 10, you can't play ranked battles past rank 10. It's just they didn't do rentals, which I think is fine, but it just did lock a lot of people out. I always thought that I never thought ranked would go higher than tier 8, because I always thought it'd be the highest purchasable tier from the premium store, and that is tier 8. But they went rank 10, and you know, it does lock some people out. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it kind of sucks if you don't have a tier 10, if you want to keep playing. But I mean, you could grind through it and get it before the end of the season, but still, lock some people out. It's expensive. You basically need premium time, or else you're going to do it. But that's just how the game is itself, right? You need that credit potential, that credit earning to get there. High tiers, everything hits super, super hard, as we kind of talked about it, and it's just a massive, massive snowball effect. If you lose one ship, it's really, really tough to keep winning. You know, to keep in the game. If you lose one ship early, especially for destroyers, because it's so tough on destroyers this season, easily the hardest season for destroyers, because of how much radar and battleship AP and stuff like that. It is very, very tough for destroyers to keep the stars, which has promoted an insane amount of battleship play, which means it's going to be slow, right? This game was for battleships. Now, I'm not going to really whine that much, because in the past, destroyers have had a very, very easy time. And what I mean by that is basically every season has been super destroyer heavy, so it's a meta change. I'm okay with that, but I just think it ends up just making it boring. Radar lasts an extreme amount of time, extreme amount of range, and there's more and more of it with the ships that are really competitive. So you're getting Minotaurs, you're getting Des Moines, you're getting Moskwas every once in a while. Very, very ships that basically counter destroyers. a lot of them, all on top of just the destroyers themselves with Yang's running radar. It's pretty tough. Anyways, that's just kind of like, I just want to make this video on the pros and cons of this season. In my opinion, of course, this is my opinion. This is what I've seen on North American server. I haven't played the EU server, so it might be different there with ship meta. I've been watching streams. I know people on the EU server that have been playing, and it seems to be basically the same. Again, another season where there are basically no CVs. I know I was watching a couple other streamers that play on EU, and there seemed to be a little bit more on, CVs on EU. But still, another season where there isn't much. I thought tier 10 was a bad choice anyway. And although I enjoy the ships, but again, I just got done playing clan battles with these ships, and it seems very repetitive. It seems tiresome of this season. But I want to give you guys my thoughts on this season. What do you guys think of this season? What was your favorite tier? If you guys have played ranked battles, what was your favorite tier? Was it 6? Was it 7? Was it 8? Are you enjoying this season? I mean, I like rank battles. I think the mode is fun in itself. So I enjoy that part of it. I enjoy the battles. I enjoyed this setup. I enjoy the 7v7. I just think tier 10 isn't the best choice for this type of game mode. And I hope, I think it was worth Wargaming giving it a try. But I think that they didn't really have... I don't think it was as popular as they thought it would be, and again, it is what it is. But again, let me know in the comments below, one, what your guys' favorite tier was for ranked battles. I'm really interested in see what everybody thinks in the comments. But again, we got rank 5 off of this game. A nice, just balanced game. Playing Destroyer isn't the easiest this season, but a good Destroyer, as always in ranked, goes a long, long way. Our guy gets the ram up there. That's a pretty good trade, actually. So it's just this Hindenburg right here. We'll drop some torps on him. Although it just got spotted by that plane. But anyways, what you're trying to do is you're trying to force him away. And in the end, it'll work. So we're just going to open up. There's no reason not to. It's impossible for us to lose this game. And we want to get a reset. So there's the reset right there. He's going to hit me hard. I have this island. And he's going to stay spotted because of the battleship over there on G6. So a nice little double fire. Knocking out all his stuff. And we can finish it off with a torp. But that's it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Good luck out there. Remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.